luckily, we do have a hero on the horizon. I'll say a few words about my friend Ron Paul. I assume everybody, where's the guy with the t-shirt? There we go, right over there. You don't look like Ron, but I like the t-shirt. Ron is a good guy. That's why we started doing the Ron Paul dollars. In particular, we started doing the Ron Paul dollars because I wanted to do something to support Ron Paul's campaign to be the presidential candidate. And, you know, you can donate $2,300, but that's all you can donate. You got to understand that the whole political machine, and it is a machine, or a scheme, I don't know exactly what you might call it, a piece of shit, comes to my mind. Anyway, that whole thing is stilted against any sort of third party, any sort of candidate. It's virtually impossible. Those of you know that are familiar with the CFR, Council on Foreign Relations, you know that they've fielded every presidential candidate except for Reagan since 1921. You know, it doesn't make any difference if it's candidate A or candidate B, you're still getting a bad candidate, you know. The bottom line is that Ron Paul's come along and he's never wavered. Yeah, he's running on the Republican ticket, because if you're not running on Republican Democrat, you don't even have a chance, you know. But Ron Paul exemplifies the principles that the Liberty Dollar exemplified. And the bottom line here is that I wanted to do something for Ron Paul. There is something called a independent contribution as defined by the Federal Election Commission, which means that I can go out and spend as much money as I want to popularize the candidate, as long as I don't donate it to the candidate. So, what's a poor boy to do but to go out and make some money, put Ron Paul on it, you know, then arrange for the FBI to come over here and rip it off so we get a lot of press. We've been working at that one, you know. We really had to stir up those little bastards. And they bit good. But it's unfortunate because they really did take all the Ron Paul dollars, or the vast majority of the 60,000, and they deprived a presidential candidate of his campaign materials to popularize his campaign. And I think there's something wrong there. I think there's something blatantly wrong. I think they should return all of the Ron Paul material. Of course, that would really disrupt things on eBay. Everybody seen the prices on eBay? My God, I wish I'd gotten my Ron Pauls. You know, I mean, you know, we're usually the last, right, Sarah? I mean, you know, we don't get it off the top. We fill all the orders, or okay, we got these, you know. But it's been bad. It really has been bad. You know, of course, then they took all the money too. That's another story. Any case, so I hope that the vast majority of the people here, if you're identified with the Liberty Dollar, I assume that you might identify with Ron Paul, and that you would take an active role and you donate the maximum $2,300. But more than that, get more people involved in Ron Paul. I find him to be really an outstanding candidate, and I hope he makes it. You know, our country certainly needs him. You know, even though the vast majority of the village idiots out there have no idea, we know that there's something terribly wrong, you know, in terms of the monetary system in this country, political system in this country. And I think Ron would do a world of good, you know, particularly if he made me Secretary of the Treasury. But you know, I have to sneak that in once in a while so you might hear about it. You know. I think I would really make a good Secretary of the Treasury myself. You know, Secretary of the Treasury is actually in charge of two large organizations. One of them would be the U.S. Mint. Well, I have 33 years experience. That's more experience than anybody else who's ever been in that position. Matter of fact, it's a lot more than 3 or 4 of them put together experience they've ever had. You know, I think I could do an outstanding job. And of course, the other one is the IRS. Well, we'd all like to do something with the IRS. You know, so that would be good fun also. So that's about it.